So this is my little enclosure for my Central American ornate wood turtles. So their usual habitat is southern Mexico, Honduras, Guatemala, Puerto Rico, that sort of area. And I'm trying to stabilise the temperature. So originally, when I did this, I had 10mm polycarb for the roof, the door and this front area, and the rest, because there was only a small gap at the very top, see, because the rest is covered by the fence panel, I used 6mm. I had to deal with that one mistake, it should have been 10mm. And obviously, as you can see below, like I mentioned on the first video when I did this installation, you can see the Celotex, that comes to about 5 feet, so that's all the way around. You can see that in the corner there. So what I've done to insulate this this little greenhouse area more is I've bubble wrapped the enclosure area. See that? On the roof, on the sides here. This area, I put another piece of 10mm polycarb in there to make that a bit more insulated. And bubble wraps the door. Okay. Then if we go on to the actual area that the turtles utilise. So from the first video that you saw, I've had polycarb sides, and then I've bubble wrapped that, several layers, and between the polycarb and the interior, so if you remember the interior before, let me just take this piece out. So with the interior, you can see I put in the backdrops just to hide all the pipes and the insulation and everything. So between that and the polycarb, there's a 25mm polystyrene. You can just see that in there. Okay, same the other side, same at the back besides the Celotex. Then we had a 10mm polycarb roof, polycarb sides. On top of the roof area, there's another 25mm of polystyrene, and then I have a secondary overlap of this polycarb on top of the bubble wrap. So several layers of insulation, and then the bubble wrap overhangs the front, and I have 3 pieces here that can come out so I can access the area. So you can see the condensation on the pipe, sort of quite well insulated, keeps the heat in. So I've got a heat lamp, a UV and UVB lamp there, providing heat, and I also have a ceramic heat lamp here, 50 watts. That's on 24/7 at the moment to maintain the temperature even in the night. So that's the first stage. So this is in my neighbour's garden. So you can see we have the 6-foot panels here. So remember, on the other side you have the Celotex insulation, and then because I realised that 6mm wasn't enough, if you can just see that there, I've got this 26mm polycarb, so I've fitted a piece down there that drops down to just below the Celotex, and then another piece here, and can see all round to add extra insulation, and then just belts and braces, silicone sealed it to stop any drafts. So then I have the overlap, as you can see, to give a bit more insulation there. I've come up here and on the roof on this section above the enclosure to try and just give an extra bit. So the temperature in here outside at the moment today is 15 degrees in this greenhouse, so it's 19.8, so it's nearly 5 degrees higher. And then in the enclosure I've got a thermostat in there that's reading 24 degrees at the moment, so it seems to be sort of maintaining the heat. It's not as much as I'd like, to be fair. So the next step, I've ordered a chicken coop heater that also works for reptiles, so that's coming in the next week or two. So I'll add that and change the ceramic bulb and try the heater and see if that keeps the heat better. But hopefully it'll be good enough for the turtles to overwinter, to habitat over winter.